Hello everyone, welcome to today's tea and tag. So today I'm drinking out of my Take Life One Cup at a Time mug, and it has this nice little top that doubles as a tree ornament for Christmas. And this was given to me last Christmas by my mother. Hey Mama Bear, hey Papa Bear, well my mother and father. Hey y'all. Thank you so much. And today I'm drinking Bigelow tea. It is the lemon ginger herbal tea plus probiotics. Supports healthy digestion. So I like it. I mean, lemon ginger, how can you go wrong with that, right? Am I right? Comment below, am I right? And that's what the box looks like. Okay, so today's tag is the social media book tag. Now, I love to read. If you know me well, you know that this is true. So when I saw this tag, I was like, of course I'll do this tag. So the social media book tag. The first question is based on Twitter. The question is, what is your favorite shortest book? Okay, so which makes sense because Twitter is a little 140 characters or less. So my favorite shortest book is The Giving Tree. Now, if you've never read The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein, then I honestly believe that you missed out on something grand in your childhood. Now, I don't know what the spirit of these questions were, but it's short because it's a children's book. But it is one of my favorite books still to this day. If you have not read The Giving Tree, please read it. It will enrich your life and it will make you a better person, honestly. So read it. Okay, the second question is based on Facebook, and it is a book everyone pressured you into reading. The book that everyone pressured me into reading, and it wasn't like a peer pressure, like they were like, you have to see this. How have you not, read this, read this. How have you not read this? Because I have movies like that. Like, people have threatened to revoke my Black card a number of times because I haven't seen certain movies. People have threatened to revoke my Hopeless Romantic Woman card because I haven't seen certain movies like The Titanic. I haven't seen it. I don't plan on ever seeing it. I know what happened. The Titanic sunk. It was tragic. Everybody's like, it's such a great love story. It's one of the best movies of all time. I can't believe you haven't seen it. I can't believe you don't want to see it. I have no desire. I don't know, sue me. But yes, so the book that everyone pressured me into reading was Harry Potter. I've only read the first Harry Potter book. And yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll read the other ones, but it was like, everybody was like, you have not read these books, what is wrong with you? You're a writer, you wanna write young adult fiction. This is like, and it was a good book. It was all right. But yeah, my friends all are like, Harry Potter, I love it. So that was sort of like a pressure thing, like, okay, let me read this book. Third is based on Tumblr. What is a book you read before it was cool? I read the Dark Tower series before it was cool. So there is a movie that is coming out based on it. If you don't know, this is the Stephen King series. The first book is The Gunslinger, I believe. Yeah, The Gunslinger, and it's being made into a movie. Like the Dark Tower series is being made into a movie, which I'm excited about. Idris Elba is playing the main character, and oh my Lanta, guys. Now I know a lot of people, like, you either love or hate Stephen King. There isn't really any in between. So I've recommended this series to people in the past, and they've been like, Kim, this is weird, this is creepy. And so I sort of keep it to myself unless I meet someone who is like, I love Stephen King, or I love like that type of horror suspense sort of out there. Yeah, so read that before it was cool. It's now being made into a movie, so I'm assuming it will be read by even more people. Okay. The next one is MySpace, a book you don't remember whether you liked or not, which is hilarious. I never even had a MySpace page. Like that's during the dark ages of my life. I call my like childhood, my middle school and high school, like teen years, the dark ages, because I grew up in a Christian home that was like a very conservative, strict home. So we couldn't listen to secular music. We couldn't watch movies that were like, we barely got to watch movies that were PG-13. It was like for real. So music videos, TV show, we didn't have cable. We couldn't watch, when I was a kid, we couldn't watch Saturday morning cartoons. We always had like music lessons or cleaning the house, or like we could not turn the television on Saturday mornings. We could listen to radio shows. And there were some radio shows like Adventures in Odyssey, The Book of Virtues, and Jungle Jam and Friends. If you have heard those, give it a thumbs up, because you know what I'm talking about. So we listened to those on Saturday morning, but we couldn't watch TV. So a lot of like the shows and the songs and the movies and music videos, things like that, dark ages for me. I don't know. I probably have never heard your favorite song from the 90s. Okay, so anyway, that's funny because I also didn't have a MySpace page. Even like when I went to college, I never got a MySpace page. Or Black Planet was a huge one too. Never had one. So this is a book you don't remember whether you liked or not. The book that I don't remember whether I liked or not is called The False Friend. And in preparation for this tag, I went through like my Goodreads, like, okay, what are some books that, you know, what are some answers that I would have to this? I honestly do not remember even why I read this book. I remember it, like when I read the description, I'm like, oh, I remember that book. I don't know if it was recommended to me or what, but I read it and it was pretty good, but I only gave it a 3 out of 5. So I'm like, did I like it? Was it the writing? What was it? So I have no clue. If you have read this book and you like this book or you didn't like it, talk to me, because anyway, I thought that would be a good one, because I don't even, like when I read the description, I remember the storyline and I was like, okay, I remember this book, but I honestly, I feel like if I picked it up today, it would be like it was brand new. Okay, and then the next question is, based on Instagram, what is the book that was so beautiful you would Instagram it? And the book that is so beautiful, I'm taking this as just the writing, the story was just beautiful, and the themes and characters were complex and nuanced and all of those good things. So I assume it wasn't like the front cover. So the book that I would Instagram would be Paradise by Toni Morrison. If you have not read this book, I do not know what you have been doing. Like, read it. It is brilliant. It is amazing. It is complicated and complex and epic and impactful. It's a great book. Pick it up. Paradise by Toni Morrison. The next question is, based on YouTube, what is a book you wish would be turned into a movie? Blessed Child. It's by Ted Dekker, and it's just a great book. I don't even want to explain it or try to explain it and ruin it. And I believe it would be a brilliant movie. I think it would be great. So, yes. And then I think this is the last question. The last question is based on Goodreads. What is a book you recommend to everyone? The Phantom Tollbooth. Y'all, you need to read this book. The Phantom Tollbooth. I think I read The Phantom Tollbooth for school in maybe like the 4th or 5th grade. If you went to go lightly and you remember reading this book, comment below, because I can't remember what grade it was, but it was a great book. This book is by by Norton Juster, and Jules Pfeiffer was the illustrator. Great book. Just, okay, so a brief synopsis is that there's this boy who is basically this boring little boy who is jaded, like as a middle schooler, and he gets this package, and it is a toll booth, and he has this little car, he drives through it, and then he's in this magical world, land of like mathematics and problem solving. It is great. Even if you're an adult, I suggest you pick up this book. It'll make you have sort of like the wonder of being a kid again, I think. It was just a grand adventure. He learned a lot about himself and about the world and the perspective that you should have, and everyone that he encounters is memorable. So The Phantom Toll Booth, look it up, Norton Juster. So that is the end of the tag. Just to throw this out here, I mentioned that Blessed Child is my favorite book, and my best friend was like, I was surprised by that because I just knew you would say A Wrinkle in Time. A Wrinkle in Time is still one of my favorite books. I think because of where I am, like obviously I read A Wrinkle in Time when I was a kid, and then I read Blessed Child when I was a little bit older. I was a teenager, I think, and just where I am in life, I'm like, that is an impactful book that I will suggest to everyone. But A Wrinkle in Time, if you've read it, you know, it's amazing. It probably was one of the first books that made me fall in love with fantasy, even before I knew that fantasy was like the name of the genre. It was just fantastic. And so yeah, you should read that too if you haven't. I think that should be on everyone's reading list. It's just a good story. So yeah, that is the end of the tag. If you have books that you want me to read, that you think I should read, or you have opinions about what I've said, please share them below. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't, that was so quick, I didn't even really drink my tea while I was doing it. But this is really good tea. If you haven't tried this tea, try it. Please continue to like, share, subscribe, comment, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any tea recommendations, send them on over, please, because I love tea. And I will try it, and I probably will like it. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.